Hi everyone, this is Jenny, and can I first say thank you so much for all the messages and comments I got for my MoonSwatch video. I really appreciate your support and I'm really happy you liked the video. So that is why today I want to take some time and, react to and kind of talk about some of your comments that I have received on my video and on my community post. This is by far one of the most commented videos on my channel, and just by scrolling through, I could spot some very interesting hot takes that I want to highlight in this video today, since this is such a highly debated topic. So let's get right into it. Okay, the first one says, Swatch Group really knew what they were doing with this release. I do not only want the MoonSwatch, I actually want the Speedy I sold for years ago. It's an icon, it saved the Apollo 13 cruise, so a toy version has been long overdue. Great video, thank you. I definitely think this is very interesting because this is someone who sold their Speedy and now wants it again. And I think this is something I have read before and still reading about in all kinds of forums and watch groups, that some people are now again boarding the Speedy hype train, which is great. I think if they're kind of rekindling their love for something. And yeah, I mean, the swatches are considerably affordable compared to other Speedmasters. And I mean, to me, this is a Speedmaster. So it's great to see people are falling back in love with what they used to enjoy. And the MoonSwatches, as soon as they become available, are a great kind of entryway back in again, I guess. Good comment. Next one says, the amount of goodwill Omega has built from this release is off the charts. And I think it's interesting that you said goodwill here, because I can see it go both ways. I can totally read the comments about how people are super grateful towards Omega for, partnering up with Swatch. I mean, yeah, they're both part of the Swatch group, but still, it's kind of like this luxury watch brand collaborating with, how would you call Swatch in that regard, in that context? I don't know. But yeah, some people really do look more favorably towards Omega because of this. Next one is, these are great, just don't give the flippers the satisfaction of ripping you off. Swatch can handle mass production, and I feel it is pretty obvious. One of the goals is to have these Speedy available on every wrist for those who want one. Be patient and thou shall be rewarded with a choice if whatever style MoonSwatch you want at retail price. Well, yeah, I mean, I said this in my video. Obviously, do whatever you want with your money, but paying that much over retail, that's debatable. I wouldn't do it myself. I wouldn't recommend it. I would just recommend being patient if it didn't work out for you, just as it didn't work out for myself getting one at the release in store. So, and yes, Swatch can handle mass production, I agree. I do think that we will have perhaps a PS5 situation going on as soon as they will release online, because since so many people would just get their hands on these, I can imagine that the online launch is going to sell out just as fast, and then you just have to wait until they restock again, and it might take some time, even though they will release them pretty soon online, I guess, for you to actually receive one. So yeah, be patient. I agree, be patient, and then you will be rewarded. And yeah, don't go for the flipper prices. I think that's insane. I mean, I said in my video that I don't believe people will pay over 1,000 for this, but I got proven wrong so many times, and that was quite the shocking experience, I have to say. For someone who owns real Speedy, I find it almost sacrilegious. What's next? A Rolex Swatch Mariner Bluesy. Oh boy. Yeah, I've seen the comparisons with Rolex doing a collaboration with Timex or Casio. And it's an interesting take that someone who owns a Speedy, feels this is so against the rules, which I can kind of understand. Because I don't own a Speedy. I am not hugely into Speedmasters, if I'm being honest. So I was trying to compare this with a watch that I really love. Let's say the Candy Pink from Rolex, my Oyster Perpetual 36. If Casio would have released, I know this is really never going to happen, and it's not the best comparison because Rolex and Casio are not in the same, group or holding or whatever. How would I feel if they would take something that I really like and wear and do this with it? Don't think I would be overly happy, I believe. And that's probably an ego problem of mine. I don't know, because if I'm being honest, there's always a bit of status that comes with buying a watch. I'm totally not immune to that, and I don't think it is that terrible. Just being honest here, it would feel a bit weird. Sacrilegious, I don't know, but I get where you're coming from. A Swatch Mariner Bluesy, that would be interesting. A plastic dive watch. We'll see. Someone says, absolutely sucks. They allow the resellers access to these instead of watch enthusiasts like me. I don't live near a Swatch, so never got the chance to get one. Yet they allow people who are only there to buy and flip. Not unlike every car manufacturer nowadays. Sad. I mean, I get what you're saying. Allowing them, they cannot not allow them access to it. I mean, they decided to go store only, selected store only for the first release. I don't know how they could have prevent like scalpers and resellers from buying them. If you guys in the comments have an idea how to, prevent that, let's hear it. I wouldn't know how, to be honest. I mean, there's always going to be people who will do everything to make money that way, which I don't blame you for it. If that's how you make money, that's just how it is. Yeah, it's sad. I agree. It is sad, and there are probably like so many watch enthusiasts who, left empty-handed, but that's just how it goes. I don't have a solution for this. Let me know if you have one. That would be interesting to see. Right, next one says, this is a very interesting watch and a genius marketing move. However, $260 will buy you so much more in any number of micro brands that will give you real metal and mechanical movements, maybe even a sapphire crystal. But I have no doubt they will sell a ton of them, maybe even one to me. Yeah, I agree with the marketing move. The statement about, however, the $260 will buy you so much more in any micro brand. Well, yes and no. I think with this release, you always have to put it in, with every watch, you have to put it into context. Technically, I would say that very, very few popular luxury watches are worth their material. And so what goes into that price is marketing, is branding, is employee salaries, and all these factors. Comparing that to micro brands, I don't think that's the best comparison in my opinion, simply because they lack what this collaboration offers. You've got the Omega brand name, you've got Swatch, you've got the marketing, the concept, the Speedmaster, so many things that go into this. So yeah, I don't know. That's just my take on it, I guess. But yeah, they will definitely sell a ton, and definitely one to me as well. I think that wasn't obvious enough that I did not buy myself the MoonSwatch from my hands-on video. That was a borrowed one, which I'm very grateful for. But yeah, I left empty-handed too. I did not get a Swatch for myself. The next comment says, ha ha ha, I think people won't pay over $1,000. That's a charitable take on people. Well, yeah, I didn't think I was wrong, but I think I've seen some people comment that they have seen people buy it for like 1,000, like 6,000 even. Wow, I did underestimate people. I underestimated the wealth of people, I guess, and the need for these. That was a shocking revelation, to be honest. This was a great marketing masterclass by Swatch. We had that before. In addition to bringing more people into this hobby, it managed to make a bonding moment. Fathers can have a moment to bring a teenager into something fun with the MoonSwatch, and all the while start a lifelong appreciation or aspiration for finer timepieces. Thrill of the hunt journey. Think about it. Younger generation is being primed for a future higher end Omega, in brackets, Swatch Group release. Oh, I mean, yeah, definitely a marketing masterclass. This was just incredible. There was such a short time period between the leak and then the announcement and then the release. So I think that kind of also put more oil into the fire of this whole situation. And I do agree, it seems like this is a very cool gift idea as well. If you have someone in your family or in your close circle that you want to maybe get into watches, there's so many different colors to choose from. And if someone's favorite color is a red, you can get them the Mission to Mars, or the yellow for the Mission to the Sun, and so on. And even I would like to get one for my brother as well. I mean, he is into watches, so I'm not trying to get him interested in it. But just with this Street Fighter release from Seiko, just something we can share together and, wear together. So that's just fun. And yes, parents can totally get their kids into watches with that as well. I mean, yeah, that's a $260 watch for a kid. Not sure if I would do that, to be honest. But yeah, that's definitely a possibility and a great gift idea. I agree. I applaud Omega for going the route of accessibility. On the other hand, this really looks cheap to me. Between the plastic case and the strap, that looks like it would be more at home on a pair of sneakers. Hard pass on this one, but only because there are nice quartz watches and even some automatics at this price point. Really illustrates the power of brand that people are lining up to buy this rather than an Orient diver at around the same price, or a Seiko 5 for $100, which is superior in almost every conceivable way. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that this watch looked cheap to them. Some people say that about, like, especially the MoonSwatch, you know, the Mission to the Moon. Yeah, no, I can kind of see it. It definitely does feel more affordable compared to, and I know I'm still comparing it to the Speedmaster, but that's just the closest thing to it that I can compare it to, and I think it's a valid comparison since it has Speedmaster on the dial. I'm aware that this isn't a Speedmaster per se, but you know what I'm saying, I guess. So yeah, some colors look cheaper than others, I would say, and I think the Mission to the Moon has that problem since, and my friend Gary, we talked about this, shout out to you, that the gray is trying to look like steel, or you associate this with like a steel when you see it on a watch, but it's bioceramic or plastic or however you want to call it. So it is a bit of a kind of look. But I think the bright colors like the Mission to Mars or the Mission to Uranus, since they are so colorful, no one thinks of these as steel watches, so they can get away with the plasticky look, if you get what I'm saying. And again, the argument that there are better options for the price point, well, yes, but then they are not a MoonSwatch, so no. I'm a bit torn on this, to be honest. There we go. Legal way of replicating an icon. Genius move from the Swatch group. I've seen a comment pop up a lot, especially on Facebook, how this is like basically a legal replica of a Speedmaster. And then I could see people reply something along the lines of, no, this is an homage. And then you have the whole discussion going on between what is a replica, what is an homage watch. And I find it very interesting. Is it really replicating an icon? I would like to know from you guys in comments. Is this something you would agree with? Replicating an icon? It's an homage. To me, this is an homage because the brand is aware of it. I mean, Omega. Again, let me know what you think. That's going to be an interesting comment section. Pretty sure many people will regret buying these swatches above retail. I would still buy it at a later stage because it is such a cool concept. I hope they do more within the Swatch group and also other Omega models in the future. They will make a fun collection on their own. I'm having a hard time imagining someone a year from now who has paid like $3,000 for a MoonSwatch to still be like, yeah, that was a good idea. But I guess if they don't care about money, then that's that. But yeah, I think so too. And yeah, at a later stage, exactly. Patience is key, I think, in that regard. And hoping some more Omega models in the future. I've seen this on the live stream I did on Twitch about this topic, where someone mentioned like a Swatch Master, but like a Seamaster from Swatch and Omega. Could be a cool idea. I don't know. I don't know if they would continue with this, if this is just the first release of more to come, since this was so popular and I'm sure made them a lot of money. They sold out. Maybe they will do something cool next. What would be your favorite Omega Swatch watch next, besides the Speedmaster? Could that be like a Seamaster, like an Aquaterra perhaps? I don't know, would be interesting to see for sure. It's a brave move by the Swatch group to stir things up a little in a somewhat mundane watch market at the moment. There's more upside to this move than what the so-called critics would think. Yes, I absolutely agree. It seems that, to be honest, this has been the first thing in quite some time that really got me excited. And when I say got me excited, that's not like in a good or bad way. I think bad things can get you excited, good things can get you excited, or like talk about stuff. And this was just something new. It was something fresh, something that we've never seen before, at least I didn't. When I drove out to Frankfurt, I was completely overwhelmed by the crowd of people. And it was super fascinating to see, and other people outside of the watch world found it very fascinating as well. Like when I was standing in front of the Swatch store and I was like filming the crowd, the amount of times random people came up to me and were like, "Excuse me, miss, like what is happening here?" And then I explained them, you know, what was going on, and they were like, "Oh, okay, cool." That was so much fun. And I mean, how cool is that to see people outside of the watch world react to this as well? I like it. What can I say? Okay, very short one. Like the watch, hate the way it was released. Yes and no. As I said before, I don't really have a solution for this. I mean, they could have released it online as well, but I'm not sure if it then would have been that successful, because definitely part of the hype was as soon as you knew like, oh, selected stores. That was, I think, the huge trigger that then got all the things going where people started to camp and line up hours before stores opened. So I don't know. I thought it was exciting. Less exciting about the fact that you had so many scalpers in the line, but I don't know how you could have prevented that, to be honest. And yeah, I would also like to add, I will put it up on a screen here. I've posted a poll in my community tab here on YouTube, and it started out by like this 80 to 20%, where 80% really liked the release and 20% were saying like, oh no, not a big fan, don't like them. And I thought, oh, maybe this will like even out like over time, because that was like within the first hour. Because like from the comments on YouTube and in forums and on Facebook and on Instagram, I felt like people were very 50-50 on this. But turns out now, like almost 12 hours later, or like 24 hours when this is uploaded, it will probably still be the same. It still very much is like an 80-20 divide. So overall, it seems that you guys like it, and that is that. Thank you so much again for all the comments. I'm very excited to see how all of this is going to unfold online. I'm very excited for the online release. I'm pretty sure they will sell out very quickly. Again, thank you all so much for the support, for the positive feedback, for your comments, for the discussion. And let's now hear about in this comment section what you guys think now that we have seen the comments and talked about it. And if you have enjoyed this, make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, you can subscribe to my channel, and then I will see you in my next one. Bye!